Hey team, this is Doug, video number 2. What I'm going to do this time is actually invoke some web services that are going to call out on the back end and execute MDM server transactions, just like I said. Before I do that, I want to start where we left off last time and just revisit this model. This is where we defined the attributes of persons that we cared about, or the attributes that we care about. So we gave them a name, we gave them a label, we decided which list of attributes we wanted to include and exclude and so forth. That's what this is. I just wanted to briefly give you a little bit more look under the covers. Once I've defined a model like that, what I need to do is I need to have something that's called a handler. And so a handler is basically the script that gets called to take the actions that you want. So if you take a look at this handler here, which is the handler for persons, you can see the various functions. So we've got on create. If I want to add a new person, this is what gets invoked. On delete, on list, on retrieve, on update. Each function very short, about 10 to 15 lines of script. This is what, this and what's underneath this is what actually wires it to MDM server. Now very briefly on this, WebSphere sMash will normally generate the handler for each of the resources that you model here, but those automatically generated handlers are going to persist all the information in a local relational database, DB2 or whatever is set up or configured. That's not what we want. We actually want this to go out to MDM server. So what I needed to do is write this script. So this is the script that handles MDM server resources. Now the good thing about it is that it's not tied to persons or accounts or products. We can use the same script for all of them. So basically when I want to, basically any MDM server transaction, this is the handler script that will be invoked. If I want to do additional transactions, I don't need to write another one of these. So I wanted to make that point. So let's actually call some of these transactions. And to do that, I'm going to use a Firefox plugin called Poster. And all of these services, these web services, are invoked over HTTP, which means I just need to type in the right URL. And that's what I'm going to do now. Let me take a quick look. So that looks right. All of these URLs have the same format. So it's the host name, resources, and then you identify the resource. In this case, person model, which is the name of the model. So I can call an MDM server function by clicking go. And that's what I did. This is going to go out. It's bringing back the list of persons. I don't think I called this before, so it wasn't cached, and I also didn't filter it, so I don't know, that wasn't too bad. You can see here's a whole list of person information that was retrieved from MDM server. The other thing you'll notice is that all of this information is in the same JSON format that we defined in the model. Now that was actually all of the people. I think that was about 150 people that I had in my instance of the repository. If I want to filter that, the service is set up for that as well. So I can set a filtering parameter for last name. And if I just want to get the last names that begin with AL, I can do that. So let me call that. And you can see that was actually pretty fast. So Alabaster, Albertson, Allsmith, and that's it. Okay, now let me just grab one of these IDs. So we've done 2 transactions so far. We've done list, and we've done it twice. We've done once unfiltered, and then we supplied a parameter. Now this time, what I want to do is I want to actually retrieve the information for a particular person. So to do that, all I need to do is take that URL and append the identifier to the end of it, which is what I've done, and invoke the transaction. And there you go. And you can see that's very quick. So there's Alfred, Lexington, Kentucky, and so forth. So we've done list twice, we've done retrieve. Let's do something a little more interesting. So let's actually add a person. So I'm going to add Andrew Ayers. I pre-typed this so that I didn't have to do this on the fly. And I'm going to paste that in there. Now what's different about this, I need to take this off the URL. So again, it's just the localhost resources person model URL, but instead of doing a get, I'm going to do a post. I believe that is correct. Let's give it a shot. And yes, I don't have anything coming back to the screen, but that was a successful transaction. I can verify that. Let me go back and find the record I just added. So if I want to go back and get all of the well, I'm going to get all of the Ayerses, but I'm going to do that for the purpose of finding Andrew Ayers. And I don't want to post, I'm going to get. And so there you go. There's a bunch of Ayerses, so I've run this a few times, and the one that I just added was one of those. So anyway, that was it. I just wanted to, in this video, show you some real live transactions running. So there you go. I'm going to do a screen and actually create a UI to do the list function in my third video. But that's it for now.